Good morning, guys. This is what the first day of school looked like this year for 2024 in our home. I had to go wake up the kids first thing and get them moving. Declan, I like to take his clothes out of the closet and just put them on the closet door or up on his bed to make his life a little easier, but he could do this himself. And then into waking up the girls. Brianna, she was doing okay. She wasn't too bad. Gwen, even though she was so excited the night before and was so excited once she woke up, I'm not going to lie, she did not want to wake up. She was still very much summer. Breakfast is one of those things that I change up as constant as I can. This morning, I had Connor run out and grab donuts to go. The kids absolutely love it. They had no idea this was coming. So it was a really nice surprise, but I also wasn't giving them a whole donut. These things are huge. So I did bring out some fruit. Gwen wanted blueberries. The other two wanted some banana. And they had half of one of these gigantic donuts before school. And then they had another one when they got home later in the day, because I also make a treat. You'll see that later in this video too. And every year when they come home from school, I have something waiting for them, but the donuts did get eaten too. To make the mornings go a little more smoothly in our house, I like to set out the toothbrush and toothpaste for the younger kids. Again, this is stuff they can do for themselves, but if there's anything I can do to make our mornings go a little bit easier and a little smoother, I'm going to go ahead and do it and just say forget it. They do know how to put their own toothpaste on the brush. And since we're not in an actual routine yet, this is just the first day, I'm doing everything to make it so much easier on all of us because they are very groggy and taking their sweet time this morning. Packing their lunches, I did already ask them all what they wanted ahead of time, which flavor of juice. Declan got a lunch bowl. My mom brought it over for him. I usually give those to them on the first day. Gwen didn't want that. She wanted her typical food that she loves to eat, which is these little cookies, some crunchy Cheetos, and an Uncrustable. Store-bought, not even my own. She's still being weird about that. I don't get it. The other kids say they taste just the same. I don't understand Gwen, but I'm going to digress on that. I already talked to them about what they wanted and put it in their lunchbox. As the year progresses, both of them will eventually help me. And then Brianna, she packs her own, that black one right there, that belongs to her. And the lunch notes, I will continue for as long as I can. But if I start to get too busy in the mornings or forget, it's not that big a deal. My kids know that I love them. They don't need to read it in their lunchbox every single day. I did also make a note for Brianna in her box and threw it in there. She's an 8th grader this year, and I like to just do fun little surprising things like that. She had no idea it was in there. She didn't even see me put the one for this morning or yesterday. This is day 3. By the time I'm doing the voiceover, this is the note for Brianna with the cute little sloth. I've done it the last 3 days for her, and she just kind of giggles at me when she comes home, like, what was I doing? Because I put little jokes and just funny things on hers. And then I'm going to lay out all of Gwen's stuff so that way she can get dressed while I continue working on stuff like the kids' water bottles. This is my first time filling these bottles, and I didn't know where the line was for when you screw the top on. I made a giant mess filling Declan's. I put it just a smidge too high, and then I filled the counter with water. One thing I will say, I was very grateful that my husband was able to go into work late on this morning and be here for us because it did help having him around. Gwen right here has me doing her hair. He was originally starting it. She didn't want that. She wanted mommy, and I had the mess in the kitchen with the water. I was still working on packing up all the kids' stuff. So my husband was able to help where I wasn't able, and even though I had everything as planned out as I did, everything laid out, we were still starting to run a few minutes behind. And it was good to have his help because we literally only were about a minute or two behind schedule, which is fantastic. So I could take pictures out front with the kids, which you'll also see that in a minute. It takes us about a week to get fully adjusted to the back to school schedule, and then we'll be able to post like nighttime routines and stuff. These little bracelets I talked about in the other video, we have matching sets. I wore one with Gwen, and then my husband had the one the teacher gave, and he wore that one all day to match her as well. She thought that was the greatest thing. She was so excited walking into school with both of us. He held the hand with the matching bracelet, so did I. It was a really sweet moment, and it really calmed her down and made her even more excited for school. Out the door we go, and we're going to take some pictures. You know, the obligatory first day photos, got to take those. They kind of participated. They were all still a little bit tired. Gwen was so excited, and it was so cute. And I did Aiden's in the hallway before he even left this morning because it was 6 a.m. and very dark outside. Home from drop off, and I could finally show my face because I didn't have time to stop and see you guys, because I mean, it's 4 kids trying to get them out the door, and I've been up since 5:30 getting my high schooler out the door because he doesn't like alarm clocks. Caffeine is going to be a must today. You would think that it would get easier. This is my 5th kid going off to kindergarten. No, it actually gets harder because she's my last baby, so this one was really rough this morning. Once we got there though, for drop off, the older 2 got to go by the middle school and elementary side, and we got to walk the kindergartners in, and they do like a boohoo breakfast. I don't stay for those, that's not my thing. But we did get to stay with Gwen until her teacher came to get her. She did look a little nervous, so I took some pictures. I don't have any video footage of that because of all the other kids. It's not my place to show those children to you guys. But for Gwen, she's off, she's there. Declan, Brianna, they are ready to go. Aiden was happy out the door this morning. So far, we're off on a good foot. But now I need to pick up the mess we made this morning. I loved the concept of this from Target, but actually having my daughter try and take pictures and stuff with this morning, worst idea. No, this was just a toy flying around trying to get a good picture with this. No, I like the signs I printed better. Connor was able to go into work late this morning so that way he could be here for Gwen's kindergarten and the first day for all the kids, but no, he has to go, so I gotta do everything by myself. Okay. Oh, bye-bye. But look, I got donuts waiting for me. Get out of the box. No, Dad left. I'm all alone. All right. I don't even know how to be alone like that. Got some trash, but things like this, these little notes and stuff, I've gotten into junk journaling. I found it on TikTok, and I used to do it a long time ago, like with Connor and I when we first started dating. I took these old planners, and on the date in there, I would put like the movie stub or the restaurant receipt, little things like that. I've got, I think, 4 of those from the first 4 years we were together, and I'm getting back into it. So I'm gonna keep these, not this, but I'm gonna keep these for the junk journal. This container, I found it at Aldi last year, I might be the year before, but either way, they come out with them all the time, and it's been perfect for the lunch notes. And I only went through about half of this big stack. They've got jokes in a spot to write. I love them, but then Gwen, when we went back to school shopping at Aldi, she saw all these cute little animals, and they have a different saying, and they're actually like a card. You saw that this morning. I wanna see if I could fit them in here. Ooh, are you back?
I need my charger out of your car.
I don't think I'll be able to fit all of them in.
Alright, thanks.
Love you. These are just stickers to close them, and I don't even use these because then the kids can't get the note open. So let's see if they fit. Yeah, perfect. Now I only have 1 container to grab in the mornings.
Wide awake is the way that you left me, side by side in your car in the backseat. Wide awake is the way that you left me. Oh.
I completely forgot when I was filming that I had this thing around my waist. For those of you that are curious, it is a heating pad for, you know, cramps. That's all this thing is, if you're really curious.
Keep missing out for sure. Take down your walls and let me ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, brick by brick, now let me ooh, ooh, ooh. I wanna be right there by your side. I wanna be there, won't you be mine? Take down your walls and let me. Yeah, brick by brick, now let me. In my bed 5 to 12, wish I could sleep. Dream about all the ways you could reach me.
Fair warning, my fridge needs to be cleaned out, but it is trash night, so I'll do that another day. Now, I have been denying myself pumpkin until the kids went back to school and summer vacation was officially over. Once they're back in school, it's fall to me. Now I have to decide what I actually want. The reason I say that is I have pumpkin chai that I could choose, or I could do coffee with pumpkin creamer, hot or iced, and then I have the pumpkin cold foam to go on top of whatever I choose. I have a pumpkin problem. No, I don't care. I'm one of those. I'm very seasonal. If you're new here, I am one of those that will drink lemonade in the summer. Don't give it to me in the winter. I don't want it. I will do all the pumpkin stuff, the apple, all the fall flavors, and then once winter rolls around, I want the hot cocoa and the peppermint, and I'm very seasonally oriented. Are you like that? Pumpkin chai and the cold foam are both winning today. I already know what the coffee creamer tastes like. I already know what this tastes like. Never tried that. About like that much. I have a certain color that I look for, not necessarily an exact measurement. I go for it. There's a color. Nice. The peppermint mocha of this, we did try it the other day. It's so good. I cannot wait to do it on hot chocolate in the winter. Yes, a million times yes. If you have a fall loving heart like I do, don't skip on this. I need another can. It smells amazing. I already tasted the foam out of the can, so I already know what I'm in for, but this, I'm just so excited. The pumpkin chai with the pumpkin cream on top is a bit excessive. I like the normal chai at Starbucks with their pumpkin cold foam on top. That's my typical order all throughout fall, except occasionally I will get a, what is that stupid thing? A pumpkin spice frappuccino, add white mocha, because it pulls a little bit of the bitterness of the pumpkin. That just add the white mocha. Just helps, trust me on that. But otherwise, it is an iced chai with the pumpkin sweet cold foam. I could do it at home. Mako's over here on the couch. I figured I'd come visit him. That way I can explain what I mean with the junk journaling stuff in case you're interested. For one, double-sided tape is your best friend, so you're not dealing with glue. But like last night, I've got Gwen's little card for her jitter glitter. I'm gonna go get some of it out from under her pillow and put it back in the bag and include that. But I have from both bracelets this morning. I got the little thing from her Meet the Teacher where the teacher wanted extra hand sanitizer. I got a cute hedgehog. And then Declan's teacher at Meet the Teacher did these for officially 3rd grade. It already has some tape on the back though, so I have to be very careful where I lay this. But this is my journal. You can do any of them that you want. I got mine at Walmart. And there's a reason I picked this one, because it's a little controversy for what I do, because it is lined. You usually do not want a lined journal, but if you look at the top of my journal, it's got the months and the days. I love that I could just circle what they are, and I don't have to put it anywhere on the page, like write it in or forget to do that. I just circle it automatically and then build my page around it. I can't show you the first page because it was Aiden's birthday and I'm still missing the photo, and the balloons are not taped down yet. But then my Disney trip we went to, where we did all 4 parks in one day. There's my spread for that one. I got the little paper from the pin. This is from one of the bags, the map, a receipt, one of the stickers they were handing out to the kids. This is for Disney. And then if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you saw that I fell down the rabbit hole of those Make It Mini potions from Harry Potter. Well, I did like 4 of them in a 2-day span, and I kept little pieces from that all on here. I love how that turned out. But I just kind of keep it in the book. Obviously I can't do this one because of the sticker, but I just keep it in there until I'm ready to do the next page. While I'm actually thinking about it, I've got her little baggie. I'm gonna grab some of her jitter glitter from last night. I'm not gonna take all of it. I want her to actually help clean some of this up. Ask her, you know, when she comes home from school, if it helped with her nerves and yada, yada, yada. And no, she does not like pillowcases. She rips them off and then loses them, so I'm still working on that with her. But see, there's glitter everywhere. So I'm just gonna take some of it with me and leave the rest of this down here for her. Put it back like I was never here. With the pillowcase thing, she doesn't like pillowcases, but she sleeps with a normal comforter, doesn't like a top sheet either. Brianna refuses to sleep with a comforter. She sleeps with this like really soft blue blanket. I showed it to you guys before. It's actually right here. It's a throw blanket like this. And during summer, she was sleeping with the cooling blanket. She hates comforters. All of my kids have their own little thing that I have to keep track of with their sleep, because they've all got something different. Partially made my bed this morning as I was climbing out of it, because honestly, I'm so exhausted. I want to climb back in, and I don't care if it's made or not. I know I shouldn't climb back in, so I'm going to make my bed. But there's a very large part of me that does not want to, because I'm so tired. I'm not used to getting up at 5:30. All summer we've been sleeping till whenever we want to. Now don't get me wrong. For me, that still means around like 8
8:30 in the morning because I'm one of the people, if I sleep and I hit double-digit hours my entire day, I'm mentally messed up. So it's still only like 8 a.m., but not 5:30. I'm trying to love these sheets because the color and the feel of them are fantastic, but they are too small. They're deep pocket, and no, they're not, because they don't fit my bed, and I know people that have a deep pocket bed that's even worse than mine. We have too many pillows, so what I've been kind of doing is laying the white ones behind a little bit, and then the white ones behind, like I said over there. I just kind of lay them in the hole. And then I take the fluffiest purple in the front, and then the flattest purple in front of that. Fluffy and flat. And get Mako off the bed. I hate this thing. I've said it, I'll keep saying it. It's my husband's cooling blanket. I hate this thing. I will lay in bed, I'll get all nice and warm in my blankets, and then he'll take this thing and put it against my skin. There. Now hopefully I won't climb in. I already know that back to school is going to be great for me as far as my work schedule and my productivity. I already know that. But today I feel so lost. All of my kids are out of the house. It is so quiet in here. And the fact that I don't have to go pick up Gwenny in 2.5 hours like I did for preschool, she's gonna be there the entire day. I would normally have more stuff to do. I did all of my stuff, so today would be fun and all about back to school. So now I don't know what to do with myself this entire time. The only thing I do have to go do is I have to get a first day of school treat. I always do some kind of special thing. Sometimes I do it from scratch, sometimes I do store-bought. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing yet this year. I'm either gonna do the One Smart cookie, because I did that years ago and the kids love them anyways, or I'm just gonna buy something at Publix. We'll see, but I don't know what to do with myself. Clearly I did leave something for me to do, because you know, my catch-all dresser, and I have a basket of clothes down there. They are folded, I just have to put them away, but I haven't got around to that yet. And I don't know if I ever showed you guys this. Connor found it in Marshall's weeks ago. I have not put it on yet. It still has, you know, tags and everything, but he was literally $7. This is adorable. And I have a cauldron diffuser too, sitting here. I bought them at the same time, but I don't have any fall like scented oils or anything. I just need to order those off Amazon, but I do have that to set up too. I don't know when I'm doing that, but that transition is probably coming this week. Posting first day pictures and all that stuff. That was definitely choking me up. So I'm taking my iced coffee on the road and we're gonna go get the snack and I'm gonna get out of this house. Publix got me on a few of the BOGOs that I wanted to pick up this weekend and some fresh bread to go with dinner tonight. If I haven't already said, it is spaghetti. It is our traditional first night of school. Tristan wants to make his girlfriend a lunch when she gets home today. I think that's so cute, so that's what this is. This is just Eggos and toaster strudels. Just stocking the freezer for easy breakfast. These are what I'm gonna be using for after school. Let me explain. Right here, I'm gonna piece in what I found when I was in Publix. And the thing about it is, I have a very hard time purchasing something if it's overpriced that I know I could do myself, even if it's a close equivalent. Now, if you're not very crafty and handy in the kitchen, I totally understand purchasing store-bought. For me, I've got all the time to do it today, and I could not bring myself for that little bitty cake to spend $15. So instead, I'm going Sandra Lee on this thing and doing some semi-homemade, and I'm gonna make some cookie sandwiches and decorate the top. And I went with these slightly smaller cookies because they did have a bigger one, but I figured if that's a cookie sandwich with icing and 2 of those giant cookies, it was just too much. So I went with the smaller ones. Vanilla icing to go in the middle of them, and then the classic white I can color and do things on the top for decorations. Oh, and that was more BOGO. It's just more juice boxes because Gwen can actually get into these by herself. The pouches, she still has trouble. Empty chicken salad bowl. My mom came to visit right at lunchtime and I had a Sam's rotisserie chicken. I don't like plucking the bones, but she's fine with it. So we just had a big thing of
chicken salad. The rest of it is in the fridge, and I sent my mom home with a big container as well. The other reason I want to do this is full of the bones and skin to make a homemade bone broth, and it's going to be more than 13 hours, but this is a homemade bone broth for the dogs to add to their food just to help with their skin. And it's crazy. I hung out with my mom for a while, and I still have a little shy of 3 hours to kill before I get my kids back. And I don't want to do these yet because I want them to be like kind of fresh. What is that? There is a white chocolate chip in there. I'm gonna have to clean that, but I want this to be fresh, so I'll probably do these in about an hour or so. Having half a cronut because these things are insane, but they are so good. And I'm working on the junk journal. I did the Meet the Teacher section, and then I did leave it where this will flop up, and there is the poem and the glitter. Now when I flip the page, I have all of the first day papers. I cut them, and then the poems from both of Gwen's sets of bracelets, and I'm gonna print a small picture of all the kids and put it up here, or I don't know, because I know I have one of the 3 of them from this morning, and then I have a separate of Aiden that I could probably put down here in this spot. I don't know. I haven't put any actual photographs in here yet, and I want to, so I'm trying to remember to leave space on each page for some kind of like real photograph. Like I could put one of the really small pictures right here by his foot, or up here and cover part of the map and part of his stomach. I have to remember to add real photos as well. I am definitely loving the junk journaling. It's kind of like scrapbooking, but a whole lot easier, and everything in here is meaningful to that specific date and everything. It's just, I'm really, really enjoying this. Plus I love how that turned out. At this point, I had about an hour until I had to pick the kids up from school, so I figured it was safe to start the cookie sandwiches. They are very easy. You can use any flavor cookie you want, any icing that you like. It's completely up to you. The hardest part of this is making sure your cookies match, because you don't want one on the bottom and then overhang on the top. I got a little extra and rolled it in some sprinkles. And again, you can do this with anything. You could do Halloween sprinkles, Christmas sprinkles. I've done this with ice cream sandwiches, and you roll those into sprinkles because it will stick to the ice cream. The kids go nuts over all of it, and it's not very difficult, but it makes a very big impact to them. I asked my oldest that's not in school anymore, I asked him, like, do you care if it's store-bought, homemade? Like, did you actually have a preference with your back-to-school treats? And he told me that he preferred when I did them myself, but it honestly didn't matter. But it was just something personal, and it actually meant a lot to him that I did it myself. So even if you think you suck in the kitchen, trust me, I guarantee to your children, you're probably Picasso, and they're going to adore it no matter what. I used to watch a cooking show growing up called Semi-Homemade with Sandra Lee, and I love the semi-homemade stuff. You just take some store-bought items and turn them into your own, and it's just absolutely wonderful. It saves you time, it saves you money, but you can also put your own personal spin on dinners, sandwiches, lunches, breakfast, desserts. It doesn't matter. And then, of course, I save all the icing because we're going to use it for a different project down the road. I finished up the cookies, put them away, cleaned up the counter, got all that situated, and then I had to load up the car to go get the kids. Car line on that first day is usually awful. The first week, it takes a lot longer to get the kids than you think it's going to. It took an extra probably good 10 or 15 minutes on this particular day. Then putting all the backpacks, lunch boxes, everything away, checking the folder, lunch boxes in the sink, water bottles in the sink, just getting everything cleaned up because the first day ran smooth, but the second day is usually much harder than the first because the kids don't want to wake up. The first day excitement is gone and the real school year begins. We literally picked them up at just the right time, and you're going to hear thunder in a minute because even behind the trees back there, all the way over there, we're about to have, oh, there it is. We're about to have a real nice storm roll through. And it is so weird to not see the pool there. It's kind of sad, although I'm so glad to not have to deal with that anymore. Now don't get me wrong, the kids and I absolutely loved having it, and we will do it again next summer, but seriously, every single week working on that pool and all the work that it took, I am very glad to have a while of a break. Spaghetti night is always our easy go-to dinner. We just grab some extra bread for bread and butter, meat sauce, and noodles. We've already made all of our plates, as you can tell, but it also makes good leftovers. Getting Gwen set up in the shower, and this is her favorite thing now. I have this waterproof case for my shower, and she watches cartoons
wash your showers. Hold on, let's get it restarted. And then this little back piece right here. I got this little clear thing.
When trouble comes knocking, they transform into.
And it pops on. And then she can maneuver it to where she needs to see it. I have a giant mess in the kitchen. I have to clean up, reset up all the bottles and lunch boxes and everything for tomorrow, as well as you just saw Gwen's shower set up, and I have to set up Declan's after that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. Thank you guys so much for spending the first day of school with me. I hope your kids have a wonderful first day, whether they're about to go back or they go back in September like a lot of the Northerners. However it goes, I hope you guys have a great school year. Thank you again, thumbs up, subscribe, all that, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.